I know it's early in the morning. I want to share with you as my reflections of my dark, it could have been perceived as the dark night of the soul, but it wasn't exactly. But I did. I cried myself to sleep, tears balled up in a like fetal position in alone on a bed in my hotel room. And I wasn't crying because I was sad. I wasn't crying because I was crying because I was overwhelmed. Okay, let me back up a little bit here. I had traveled from this great conference in Utah to with a Mindshare conference with all my friends and colleagues in the health space. And it was exciting. And then it spent a few days with some girlfriends in Malibu, California, the first time that I've had a girlfriend trip in a long, long time. And then I was so excited because in LA, I'd been invited to be a guest on two amazing shows. And I take the Uber and I get there, and this is after I'd been kayaking in Malibu and doing some fun retail therapy with girlfriends, having wine and enjoying ourselves and great sushi. And so I go to the show in LA and I'm so excited to go in. Oh my gosh, a gorgeous place. And with a rock star woman, the host of Women of Impact, Lisa Bilyeu. And as I get ready to go inside, they say, well, we test everyone for COVID. I'm like, okay, great, no big deal. And I test positive. I couldn't believe it. I thought I had a little bit of, I thought what I was allergies or some hay fever because of the new environment of Malibu, but I was basically no symptoms. And so we tested again and I was positive. Oh my gosh, here I am in Los Angeles by myself at this point because my friends went on to the next event that we had in San Diego. And I'm like, what do I do? You know, how do I get home? What's my next steps? And so, and and what a dilemma, because what about this next event, which was with even more girlfriends, part of my Unicorn Sister Mastermind that I've been looking forward to for 6 months and paid, my membership fee and my event fee for that, non-refundable, may I add. That's not why I was crying in bed, but all adds up. So I ended up thinking, oh my gosh, well, if I go home, well, first of all, in good conscience, can I travel knowing that I'm COVID positive, even though I'm asymptomatic? I mean, the decision tree for this was insane. I'm telling you, what do I do? How do I get there? Do I just double mask up, fly home right now? But then I get home in my 3-generation household. What if my daughter, who is breastfeeding my granddaughter, gets sick? What if my granddaughter gets sick? So, holiday weekend, last minute hotel room for that entire time, isolate myself, book a hotel room, isolate, miss out on all the events. Okay, that's not why I was crying either, although I was really feeling sorry for myself for a bit there. And and then I asked myself, well, how did I even get sick? Like 2.5 years and nothing. What's going on? And I know I'd been under a tremendous amount of stress. Maybe you've experienced it too. But I had someone really take advantage of me in a really big way and in a business situation. And I was feeling victimized. Like, oh my gosh, how could they do this to me? What gave them that right? And it's been just obsessing about it and just, the season we're in the world and business stresses and moving into a new home and all of those things was certainly coming to collision to probably drive my immune system down. And I recognized that, but that's not why I cried myself to sleep. And I was reflecting this morning. That's why I wanted to share with you and my morning coffee after, may I add, that I had my morning Mighty Maca Plus with a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, always alkaline before acid. So, but I was reflecting on my journal from that weekend because I journaled a lot. I'm never alone. Like, I have a full house. I have so many activities. I have amazing community. I'm always feeling connected. But here it was, holiday weekend, all alone in a hotel room and just balled up, crying myself to sleep. So I have to admit, and I was like, just thinking about it just gets me choked up. I was thinking, oh my God, what if I die here with COVID in this hotel room by myself? What if I can't breathe? Who's going to help me? I don't know anyone around here. What am I going to do? But that's not why I cried myself to sleep. I realized that in that moment, as I'm just thinking about my daughters and, halfway across the country from them, that they're good, that they're really good, that they're healthy, that they're strong, that they love each other, that they care about each other, that they are friends, that they're good friends. They have each other. And at that moment, I realized that, like a waterfall flowing over me, that my kids are great and they will be. They have the skills and resources and knowledge of what is most important in life. And most importantly, yes, they have each other. And they do, because of who they are and who I have helped them become. It's that realization, maybe as a mom, maybe you've come to it way before me, that what you've poured into your children has blossomed. And honestly, with all my flaws, all the mistakes I've made, all the imperfections I have, but also because I've done some really hard things. Just even like get out of bed when I didn't want to, like study hard, like take my girls camping because I was actually Airbnb-ing my home so I could pay the mortgage when I'd burn out from my medical practice. And probably even most importantly, to pray like a warrior for them. And as a result, they're smart and strong and independent and love each other and mostly know the meaning of money. Maybe scratch that last one out. So I cried because I had this welling up of pride and blessing to be their mother, to feel that. And let me tell you, there were times I, maybe didn't feel so blessed. I remember asking my oldest daughters when they were teenagers, I'm like, are you done hating me yet? And they'd be like, Mom, I don't hate you. I'm like, oh my God, it feels like you hate me. Right. And that was more sniff, sniff, tears running down, nose running, and not from the COVID, all of this. I realized that, that the hardest job I've ever had has been being a mom. And that at this moment, I've raised independent kids. And I could stop that dark night of the soul thinking I was going to die and not get back to them. But just that welling up of knowing that, I've raised some good kids, and even my youngest at 14, and she can get by. She knows how to order food. She knows how to cook. She knows a bunch of stuff, right? So, and she has her big sisters. So also realized that it was just a mild cold I was experiencing. And oh yeah, I did do, as soon as I found out I was positive, I did do my immune protocol. That was hands down right away, 100,000 units of my vitamin D3, adding in vitamin C and N-acetylcysteine, putting in some zinc and mighty maca, and that was like, boosting what I could for my immune system while I was away from all my other armamentarium of supplements I would have done. So I would tell you. And then I realized, and I started crying even harder. I realized that one day I would also be surrounded by my great grandkids. Oh, and I cried harder. I was feeling so immensely blessed and loved. And that is why, my friends, I cried myself to sleep. Man, I tell you, when you get that as a mom, it's rare if ever if you get time alone, and especially as a single mom. I've always had that full house, but that time in that hotel room, I'll just say COVID gifted me time alone to reflect, prioritize, and count my blessings. Now, that may seem trite, trivial, but it is huge. And every day since, it is part of my practice. Before I open my eyes in the morning, counting my blessings, all the love that I saw. And yesterday, I think about that, like that my morning thought this morning is, where did I see love yesterday? And I saw my daughter, Amanda, looking at her daughter, Andalisa, and just looking at her with eyes of love. As I looked at, I'm going to cry thinking about it, as I looked at my daughter, Amanda, looking at her daughter. Oh my God, that was love. I saw love. I felt love. It was amazing. So, I think the first lesson is to always count our blessings, not take anything for granted, and to not let others or stress affect your immune system. Remember, cortisol goes up for a long time, your immune system goes down. And self-care is selfless. So I do share this message with you to encourage you to take a look at your legacy. Look at the legacy that you've created. Count all the blessings in your life every day, and really to know that you are worthy and worth the time and money and investment in yourself, in your self-care. And that means you exercise even when you don't want to. You choose the right foods even when you don't want to. You get outside and connect with others. You love, you laugh, you smile, and you give, because it is who you are, and you have so much life to live. We have so much life to live. We do this together. So much passion. So there's a couple things you'll think about, like why I'm communicating with you today. Maybe, option A, you're like, gosh, I really needed to hear this today. I needed to feel this today as it vibrates truth with me in every cell of my body. And you may have that, or it may be option B. You're like, okay, screw you, Dr. Anna. You don't know how bad, impossible my life is. And I will tell you to that, oh, girlfriend, each of our journeys are different, but know this truth. Happiness and health is your birthright. Happiness and health is your birthright. And I'm here to help. And I'm grateful to be your girlfriend doctor, because I've been there. I've struggled. I've had those dark nights of the soul. And then to feel this immense, overwhelming love, best feeling of our lives. Don't miss out on that. So thank you. Thank you for being in my community. Thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing any parts of your journey with me. I love being your girlfriend doctor.